chase it. Money's moving to me. I'm a millionaire. Money better cases. I ain't gotta chase it.
Hey, what's going on, beautiful people? Happy Monday to you all. I hope that you've had an amazing day thus far and that you are going to enjoy the rest of your evening as well. So, if you are watching me live, go ahead and let me know where it is that you're watching me from. Rep your city, rep your country. Let me know where in the virtual building you are watching me from tonight, and we are going to get started momentarily. Listen, I am somewhat hyped. And so I'm trying to compose myself as I do this video because, there are certain things that have to happen, especially when you are inspired, right? And so tonight I am inspired, and I hope that you can feel some of the inspiration and excitement in my voice, as I do this Facebook Live. So go ahead, let me know where you're watching from, rep your city, rep your country. I'm going to make sure this is working properly on my Facebook page because for some reason I cannot see you all on my personal page. So let me make sure that this is working properly over here, and I think it is. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with my intro as I always do. My name is Sharita Leon. I went from being a homeless, disabled, single mom to a two-time #1 best-selling author with books that are on the bestsellers list for over 2 years straight. I'm also a life, relationship, and business coach, an internet marketing strategist, entrepreneur, international speaker, and the protege of the legendary Les Brown, a Forex trader and investor, and I empower my tribe to live their God-given purpose while creating wealth and have healthy relationships. I'm also a believer in my faith is exuded in all that I do. So welcome everybody. Listen, I am hyped tonight. And as you've seen the title of this video, I'm going to share with you all why it is that Tava is different. And for those of you that do not know what I'm talking about, like what is a Tava? It's funny. I was speaking to someone today and she was like, Tava? I said, huh? She's like, that's the country way of saying it. I said, okay. But I'm going to talk to you all about Tava, why it's different, and why it is necessary for you to listen to what I'm going to share with you tonight and allow yourself to be open to possibilities. Allow yourself to associate yourself from your past experiences, and be willing to live from your future, right? To be willing to live from a vision that is far greater than yourself. That's what I'm going to invite you to do tonight on this live stream. So once again, if you are watching me live, go ahead and comment. Let me know that you're here. I like to know who it is that I'm speaking to. But let me go and actually explain to you all what it is I want to share with you tonight. So what is Tava? Tava is a company that I partnered with back in October. And at the time when I was presented the opportunity to partner with this company, I said, heck no. And I'm going to share with you why I said no. Because I have been in the the network marketing industry for well over 10 years. I've had some successes and I've had some failures as well. And I was just through with it. I'm like, I'm not going to do this again. I'm not trying to do nobody's home meeting. I'm not trying to tell anybody about any products. I don't need to do that. I'm not going to do that. In fact, I'm doing very well financially in my own right, on my own phone, dealing with nobody. So yeah, I'm good, right? But the truth was that although I had been doing well in my own endeavors, there was still something missing. And quite frankly, I did not know what it was. I certainly did not think it was a network marketing company. Because I said I was not doing that again. But I'm so grateful that I was able to get out of my own way, and I was able to lock myself with a vision that was bigger than myself. I literally found myself in the vision that my mentor and leader was able to share with me. And that's why I'm here today with Tava. Now, there are many different companies out there. Many of them are amazing, right? Because I don't want you all to think that it's just, okay, just Tava. But no, I'm going to share with you why, and particularly Tava is different, and why it is that I am so comfortable in promoting it, having a result of the products, and why it is that you should really think about it, right? So one of the first things that I want to discuss is the leadership. I have been a part of different opportunities where the leadership has been shaky. Whether it was leadership coming from a corporate standpoint or whether it was leadership from a distributor standpoint, it was kind of shaky, right? But the leadership here with Tava is both sound and strong, both from a corporate level and from a distributor level, right? And so I'm going to start off with the CEO of the company. For those of you that do not know, the CEO of Tava is Kenny Lloyd. And Kenny Lloyd has been a general industry for well over a decade. And I'm going to be really honest because, I can only keep it 100, right? I was a little bit concerned initially when I thought about Tava and found out that the owner was Kenny. And let me share with you why. The reason why I was a little concerned was because at the time of when I knew of him years ago, he was kind of, he was known for being flashy with the really big suits and, bright colors. And, he had done very well for himself financially. So I was like, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to go and do this. And, it's going to be one of those opportunities where it's all about personality. Like, can I keep it 100 you all tonight? Like, if you're watching me live, I need to see some interaction. I need to see some comments, heart, something. Let me know you're here, right? So I had to say to myself, okay, I don't know if this is going to be about a one-man show. And if it's going to be about a one-man show that, is very egotistical and all about flashing suits and cars, I don't want no parts of it, right? And so initially, I borrowed the faith of my mentor and business partner. And I could feel and I knew that his leadership was sound, right? So if his leadership was sound and he actually personally knew Kenny Lloyd, then clearly if he's doing this, it has to be a reason for it, right? So again, I got out of my emotions. But then I also remembered that I want to say it might have been 7 years ago, maybe 7 or 8 years ago. I remember I had a personal conversation with Mr. Lloyd via Facebook, and we were just chatting back and forth. I'm sure you probably didn't remember this conversation at all. And quite frankly, I barely remember it. But what I do remember was thinking to myself at the time, wow, I'm actually going back and forth with someone who has made millions in this industry, who was having a there was no flashy, suit. There was no ego in the conversation. And I was surprised because I had created this own identity and story in my head about who this gentleman was. And so when I was having this conversation, I was like, that's very different than what I thought he would be, right? And so I kept that in the back of my mind this time, 7 years later, when the opportunity again was presented to me. And so for those of you that do not know, Mr. Lloyd has done phenomenally well in this industry. His last company, many of you probably know of it, the company called TLC. A lot of people know about that company. Many of you watching this video probably are in TLC. And so because of that, what do you say? Go look at my dad's comment. So in any case, so he was in that company as the VP, and he literally took that company to $1 billion. He grew that company to over 500%. He brought that company to North America. So the fact that many of you know about TLC now, the fact that you have, either tried some of their products, that's because of the great work that initially, obviously it wasn't just one person, but initially what Kenny Lloyd did, right? And so in that time, he, in 6 or 5 years or so, I think it was, made over $30 million home. He didn't bring $30 million to the company, right? He and his wife, Shantae, literally brought home profits of over $30 million, right? But more importantly is the fact that he was responsible for creating over a dozen millionaires. So it's one thing when you can have success for yourself, but it's a totally different ball game when you're able to say, hey, this is how I've been able to impact other people's lives, right? Here are over 12 people can say that they became a millionaire by partnering up with him. And there are countless other people that have been able to be successful because of what this man started. And so when you logically think about this, right? Logically, you have someone who brought another company that he did not own to $1 billion, grew it by 500%, created dozens of millionaires, right? What do you think will happen for his own company? Like, you would think that surely he'll go more above and beyond for his own company. And that's exactly what's happening here. And just like in the same fashion that TLC was able to become $1 billion company, surely, surely Tava is going to be $1 billion company. And that's the assurance that I have in this opportunity. This is not some novice who just said, let me just go create another company because I don't want to be distributor anymore. Let me just go and see what's out there and I want to be the boss. Let me just go and put $2 million out there and start a business. Because there are many who have done that as well, right? Let's be real. But that was not the story. That was not what actually happened with Mr. Lloyd. And so he has the results. He's been in this industry. He's done it, right? And now here's an opportunity for him to do it again, now for himself, right? And so that leadership is found from the CEO founder's perspective, right? And you know what I love about Mr. Lloyd is that he's real cool, calm, and collected, right? There's no hype. And you will see in this industry that there's a lot of hype, be it from top distributors, be it from CEO and founders of companies. You see it all the time. But what I appreciate, Mr. Lloyd, is that it's like it is what it is, right? He's not going to try to sugarcoat anything for you. He's not going to try to, speak more eloquently than he would have if you were someone in his house. He's going to keep it real. And in fact, I was part of a private call with Mr. Lloyd not too long ago. And as I was watching, I'm like, wow, he's on, this is a private launch call with some very important people, in different industries. And he wasn't trying to, do extra. He wasn't trying to make it seem like, oh my gosh, this is more than what it is. He was very factual and very honest. And that is something that you want to consider when you're partnering with not only just in this industry, but in business as a whole. Whenever you are looking to partner with someone or an entity, you want to ensure that that leadership has integrity and is honest, right? And you can feel the heart in what it is that he was sharing tonight. And you know what? The truth is, even in your calmness, there's a certain quiet confidence that wins people over, right? And I saw that tonight. So, from that perspective alone is really reassuring. Now, in addition to the CEO, being of great integrity, you also have the corporate staff that's, on point. But why is it different? Once again, it's a question tonight, right? Tava is a very new company. In fact, we're still in pre-launch. We pre-launched October 1st of 2019, right? Now, let me give you some backdrop and history of this industry. Most new network marketing companies fail within 90 days. Most new network marketing companies fail within 90 days. So why is that important? Because we not only have surpassed our 90-day mark, we have been able to create some amazing numbers. And so we officially launch next month on the 27th and 28th. And so we've been in this game for now over 90 days, well over 90 days. We have well over 5,000 distributors in our company. We've done far over $3 million in the 90 days and over 90 days. But what's also important is the fact that our partnerships with Liqueur Enterprises allows for us to be a new company, but not look like a new company, nor do we conduct our business as such. What do I mean? Well, because Mr. Lloyd has partnered with Liqueur Enterprises, which is a multi-billion-dollar company led by someone by the name of Terry Liqueur, who is a billionaire. Look at your neighbor and say billion with a B. His partnership with Terry Liqueur has allowed for us to have the infrastructure that is needed to win. What do I mean by that? Well, our products are shipped within 48 business hours. People are getting their products super fast. And I'm going to pause there for a moment because I was a part of a company a couple of years ago. And the downfall of that company was that they did not have the infrastructure to let it be a lasting company. They had, great ideas, they had a good product, and they grew so fast that they could not handle it. And what happened? It left Thousands of people upset, thousands of people were discouraged, thousands of people lost money. The company lost money because they could not handle it. So you have chargebacks, people are trying to figure out where are my products. It was a hot mess, right? But here we are, here with Tava, and products are shipped out 48 business hours. Hello, somebody. You're getting them quickly, right? In addition to that, we get paid on time and early, might I add, every Friday. Look at your name button, say every Friday. Every Friday, okay? Have not missed a check since. Amen. And in addition to that, our merchant accounts are solid, right? And so these are the things that you have to look for because, again, leadership is everything. Partnerships in this particular instance is vital because having a couple $1,000,000 to make this thing move smoothly is not enough. And Mr. Lloyd said it himself. If it were not for his partnership with Terry LaCour, he would not have done this opportunity because it takes a lot of money. Not only a lot of money, but you need the wisdom. And LaCour Enterprises has literally been in this industry for a couple of decades. They own many network marketing companies that are very successful, right? They have the infrastructure in place. So you meet a visionary with someone who has the wisdom and experience and the results, and boom, you have Tava. And for those of you that don't know, Tava means ark in Hebrew. And if any of you are familiar with the story of Noah's Ark, you know that it was built 2 by 2, right? 2 animals, right, at a time. And what this opportunity is literally doing is allowing people to be saved from sinking in their debt, saved from sinking in sickness, right? And it's allowing them to have a vehicle to take them to a promised land, to take them to whatever that land may look like. That's going to be different for everyone. But what is sound and sure is that this is truly a viable opportunity for any and everyone who wants to see success in their lives, right? And I see my girl Rosa commenting, come on, Friday, yes, right? So that's what you have. Now, that's leadership, that's partnership from a corporate level, from the CEO himself, from the partnerships. And now I could talk personally about leadership from a distributor standpoint. You know, I've had some great leaders that I have worked with before in this industry as uplines and things of that sort. But I'm going to tell you this, and I'm going to be really 100 when I say this. I have never worked with anyone like Mr. Clavon Browning. Never, ever, 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 ever. Never have I. There is a magnificent obsession that this gentleman has. And his vision literally is what allowed me and catapulted me into saying yes to Tava. And there's one thing as a leader myself that I can say, you know what, that's a good leader. They did that. That's pretty cool. Whatever, I can follow that. But there's something else when someone else as a leader sets the pace. And that's literally what Mr. Browning does. He is determined to see everyone that he is partnered with win. His work ethic is out of this world, literally. And that to me is very important because if I was going to go and say yes to another opportunity, leverage and, you know, in some fashion, even put my reputation on the line, I had to know that I was going to partner with someone that was literally going to aid me to see the results that have been promised to me. And that is what I have had with Mr. Browning. The leadership has been amazing with a team of possibilities. The commodity that everyone has together is out of this world. And the support is real. And it makes it easier for someone like me because I am busy, right? You know, I do a lot of different things. Y'all heard my intro. I do a lot. And so for that, I needed to know that I can have sound leadership that would help me, that would have systems in place to help me build and grow my business. And that's exactly what I have. You know, this gentleman has been in this industry for well over 2 decades. 2 decades. Okay. Let me help you with your math. That's over 20 years. Okay. Has built distribution networks in literally 4 different continents. He has made substantial income and various different opportunities. And I, along with my team, have the great distinction of being able to work with someone of such caliber is amazing. And let me add this, he also is signed up directly under the CEO and founder of this company. So you want to talk about positioning? You want to talk about having the slight edge? Yeah, we got that. Literally, this is why it's different. Tonight, I'm just having a real conversation with you and sharing with you why Tava is different, why I decided to do this again. I'm giving you all facts tonight, right? There's no hype. There's no being extra. This is literally what it is. And I have some of my team members that are actually here watching right now on my regular page. And so when you have that leadership, you have someone that is willing and ready to make everyone win, you have to say yes, right? Now, I've talked to you about leadership. Now let's talk about why it's different. Timing. There are a lot of companies right now that have great products, that have great compensation plans, right? But what is different is the timing. There are a lot of companies that have been around for some time. And what that means is, yeah, you can join them. And there are some people that are, phenomenal in their work ethic, and they may see some great success. But for the masses, there's a great chance that they probably won't see it, right? And so when you are part of a company that already has had a lot of saturation, it makes it a bit difficult for you to actually see success, right? Well, here with Tava, I mentioned to you all that we are still in pre-launch. And so October of 2019 is when we officially pre-launched this opportunity. What does that mean for you? That means you have an opportunity to literally be of a ground floor company that's going to be $1 billion company. That means you literally can have an organization built underneath you rather than you going and trying to now go and build underneath other people. That's literally what this means. The timing is now. This is literally a network marketer's dream, to be in an opportunity that is only about, 100 something days old, that hasn't even launched yet, right? We officially launched on the 27th and 28th of March. And so now you have an opportunity to be the next big name that you know in this industry. You can become a legend in this company and in this industry by saying yes now and positioning yourself to win. And let me give you a little tip here, okay? Next month, when we officially launch, there are new products that are being launched, including CBD. There are going to be so many announcements that are going to shift everybody's organization, and you have an opportunity to lock in now and be a part of the wave of the momentum and let that build underneath you. Or you can choose to wait and look and be a spectator like some other people are. The choice is yours. But as I said again, remember, we're not following someone who doesn't know what they're doing. We're following someone who has already brought another company to $1 billion before. And now you have an opportunity at the very beginning to position yourself to be a part of an organization, part of a company that is sure to be $1 billion company. So while you're seeing this now, and you're like, yeah, this is the beginning, I'm thinking about it, I don't really know, that's fine. But know this, the seeds have been sown to let you know that this is the time for you to actually position yourself. Timing is everything. Yeah, you could join another company that's been there for decades. I mean, some people tell me they join companies that have been there for like forever. And I'm like, okay. I mean, like I said, you could do well wherever you go if you're really determined, but you have to do a whole lot more to join a company that's been around for decades. It's just the truth. But when you have an opportunity with products that work amazingly, that literally just got started in October of last year and hasn't even hit the momentum that's going to happen, Come on, you have to put your business hat on. You have to put your thinking cap on, right? Like we used to say in school, put your thinking cap on. Like you are about to have products that no one has ever heard of before that have great results. And so are you going to be the person that allows the market to come to you? Or are you going to be the person trying to get to the person that's selling the products? Like, you got to think about it, because in life, you're either going to sell or be sold. Period. In life, you're either going to sell or be sold. I rather sell. That's just me, right? You have to make a decision. Why is Tava different? Well, let's talk about the products, right? Let's talk about the products for a moment. And I should have my products here, and I meant to do that, and I totally forgot. Let's talk about the products. The products work. They're amazing. You all have seen my transformation, most of you. I'm down over 20 pounds. Y'all see how my skin is popping, right? No makeup. That's that Valet 30. I can show you how literally within minutes, I can go from being super tired and fatigued to popping a Vita Plus and baby. My energy is not only where it needs to be, but the mental clarity is there, and my mood literally changes. It's really like some serotonin gets released, and I'm just like, hey, it legit does that. And why is that important? Well, let's talk business here, right? If you have products that literally can create emotional testimonies, products that can give you instant gratification, you're always going to win. People want results now, right? And you have products that give people those type of results. And so, whereas there may be other places that have products that may either be similar or maybe they don't work as well, listen, the products here work. And before someone says something like, well, you know, that company has a tea, they have a tea. Listen, when you go to the shopping store, the grocery store, do you think Poland Springs is tripping off of Zephyr Hills? Have you seen Deer Park ever get mad at Voss? No. Everyone is in their own lane, right? No one's getting mad because there's chai tea here, there's yoga tea here, there's, no one's getting mad over that. Everyone has their lane and everyone has their audience. And I speak from my own experience. These products work better for me than a lot of other products from other places. That's all I'm going to say. I'm gonna keep it 100. Y'all know I keep it 100, right? And so products work. They're amazing. And then you have, lastly, culture. Culture is imperative. Culture is imperative when you are considering saying yes to any type of partnership, be it network marketing, being a regular business, be it even getting married to a family. Like, what's the culture of that family? Culture is everything. And the culture here is very important. I touched on this earlier. I wanted to make sure that if I partnered with something again, it was not about to be about personalities and superstars and people that, thought they were better than God himself. Like, I was okay with that. I've seen that. I've worked with some of those people. I'm good on that. Right? I'm good on that. And my girl Rosa is truly my girl. Thank you, boo. So I knew that the culture had to be different. And that's what we have here. There are no superstars over here with Tava. Like, I have been around the first diamonds of this company, which is Jeff and Janilla Simpson. They have been a pleasure to be around, from the CEO to the corporate staff. Like, everyone's approachable. It literally is like a family environment. It's like a family environment where everyone is able to just be real. Right? How about that? Being real. Like, I've seen people that are just so fake in this industry. And finally, from the head down, you have people that are genuine. Let me tell you something that really caught my attention. I went to my very first Tava event in November. And this was a Super Saturday that was done in Atlanta. And in the Super Saturday, I was there and I was waiting online. And I saw Shantae Lloyd walking into the building, right? And She was looking fabulous, of course. So I'm thinking, okay, well, she's probably just gonna go sit in the front and wait for the event to get started. When I got to the front of the line, guess who was taking people's registrations? Guess who was giving people name tags? Shantae Lloyd. And I'm sitting here like, wait a minute. This is the CEO's wife who clearly they have a staff that can sit here and do registration and do all of that. And she was looking fabulous in this fur get up. And where was she? Sitting at the registration table, helping people get signed up to get into the event. That blew my mind. You see, I look at things totally differently. I'm not impressed about money. I'm not impressed about name. I'm looking at your character, right? That's what I'm looking for. That's what I can partner with. And I watched her literally work that event. And I thought to myself, wow, that is pretty powerful. Because someone of her stature, shoot, let's be real. I've seen some first ladies of churches, the pastor's wife, who walk by people and not even say hello. And they're just the pastor's wife, let alone the wife of a CEO of a founding company who has made over $30 million in the last 5 years, let alone that. And here she was doing registration. Now let's fast forward to, what was it, last month I think it was, or what month are we in? We're in January, so November I think it was. No, it was in November. It's January. January we had the Super Saturday in Florida, and I went to that too. And now I'm sitting right behind Shantae Lloyd. Again, the CEO's wife, right? The co-founder of the company. And the whole time we're at the Super Saturday, we're joking and laughing the whole entire time. Being real and just, enjoying everybody, having fun, laughing. She was approachable. There are some network marketers that if you try to come and say hello, they look at you like you crazy, like, don't touch me, right? And so the culture is totally different here. And these are all key things, once again, that you want to consider and look for when you are partnering both with a network marketing company and or with a company that is outside of this industry. Your culture means everything. In addition to that, no personality whole situation, I am so baffled about how this company makes it their business to acknowledge everyone. I've heard Mr. Lloyd say many times that, there are no big, no big wigs here, no little, big eyes and all that kind of stuff. And they mean that. Like, they go out of their way to actually acknowledge everyone. In fact, every Wednesday, we have a wealth building Wednesday with our director of operations, Lachelle Pierre. And they have now added on that Wednesday call to welcome all the new distributors. That's crazy. I have never been anywhere where they do that. Because, y'all, we have a whole lot of people joining Tava. Okay, don't get it twisted. So imagine they have a segment literally just saying thank you or welcoming all of the new people that get started. That means they know every single person's name that gets started with Tava, and they acknowledge you on that call. That is powerful, because the whole mission statement of Tava was to create a safe place, a safe haven for individuals to come in and bring their gifts and feel protected. And that's a great way of doing that. You feel protected when you're acknowledged, when you're not just some random person, but you know that somebody's going to call your name every week when you bring someone new into this opportunity. And as a leader, as someone that's going to recruit and build a team, you should consider that as well. Knowing that, hey, when you're recruiting, listen, get on this call Wednesday night because they're going to say your name. People want to be acknowledged. I don't care what industry you're in, what you're doing. People are looking for acknowledgement. There are people that have never been congratulated for anything in life. There are people that don't have the thank you from their parents, their loved ones. There are people that are out here looking for acknowledgement. And this company has gone that far above and beyond to ensure that you get that. And every Wednesday, they are calling out every new person that joins this company. In addition to that, on Saturdays, for our corporate training, I think it was, they call out those who have, ranked up for that week. Like, there's so much acknowledgement. I'm looking at this letter that I received here from the CEO about a couple of weeks ago. And this was before I even hit any ranks. This was before I hit any ranks. They sent me a letter of acknowledgement as an influencer, as showing their support and encouragement for me just talking to people about this opportunity. That says a lot. Like, I was not expecting this in the mail. I was not expecting this in the mail. And again, this was before I even hit a rank. And so I feel that to say, if you are someone that has been looking for an opportunity, if you are someone who maybe you have been in this industry and you thought that you'd never do it again, right? Like me, I truly, truly want you to not only just consider Tava, but I want you to say yes to Tava for many reasons that I share with you tonight. You know, I had someone reach out to me a couple of weeks ago, and they're in another company, a company that I mentioned earlier, right? And they were telling me how they feel so discouraged there because they feel like they're a nobody. And because they're a nobody, the person they signed up with doesn't really want to help them and has given them no instruction. They feel lost. And I thought about how there are so many people that feel that way. So many people that feel that way. And a lot of different opportunities, a lot of different people that they partner with. You know, they partner with a personality. They saw someone in a flashy car. They saw someone, you know, showing the new house and the cars and the money. They partner with a personality only to get snubbed when they said yes, right? And I have made it my purpose in business to do the most that I possibly can for those people that partner with me. And those that are watching live that are on my team can say so. If someone fails on my team, it's simply because they chose to. Not because Sharita isn't present, not because Mr. Browning isn't present. It's simply because they chose to just give up for whatever reason. But as busy as I am, I make it my business to give as much as I possibly can to every person that has partnered with me. Right? And so I want you to reach out to me. And I want you again to say yes to this opportunity for you, for the people that are connected to you, for your legacy, for the people that you haven't even met yet that will partner with you. You know, I heard Mr. Lloyd say this today. He said it's all about legacy. And he touched on how, you know, one of his greatest joys was being able to help his children go after their dreams, right? And he said, everyone is going to leave a legacy. It doesn't matter what your legacy is going to be. And initially, when you think about legacy, like, well, no, you think about, properties being left, some type of, funds or whatever. But no, a legacy is the fact that they've gone and left something. The fact is there are a lot of people that have left this earth and left their children with debt. They've left their children with debt, hurt, pain, and anguish. But you could be the person that chooses to create a legacy where you leave an inheritance for your children's children, as the word says, right? You can literally partner with an opportunity that sometimes comes once in a lifetime. Literally sometimes comes once in a lifetime. And you have to know how to seize opportunities. It's not enough to just watch opportunities and kind of be skeptical. No, it's a matter of seizing them, taking them by force, and doing whatever is necessary to see them succeed. And that's what you have here with this art. With this Tava lifestyle, honey, that's what you have. And so I'm excited about working with many of you. I'm excited about helping you get to that next place. I'm excited because I know, listen, there are a lot of you that are going to watch this that said you would never do this again. I know, I was there. Could nobody ever tell me I would do network marketing again? I would have said, the devil is a liar. I rebuke you, Satan. Get thee behind me. Okay? It was real. Like, when I say it was real, it was real. But here I am. And they say never say never, right? Well, there you go. And I did not even get to the compensation plan, y'all. That's gonna be a totally different video. You want to talk compensation? I'm gonna share with you compensation. The compensation plan is real, and it's very nice and lucrative and generous. Y'all know I'm a businesswoman. I'm also about my coins, so you know the comp plan had to make sense to me too, right? And the comp plan is even better than the comp plan before that Mr. Lloyd was a part of. So I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But I'm excited. I'm excited about what we're doing. I'm excited about the lives that are being changed. And I'm excited you have an opportunity to be a part of that. So listen, we're going to Atlanta March 27th and 28th, and we're taking that city over. You hear me? We're having our very first national convention in Tava, and it's going to be life-changing. People are going to be walking the stage like me. Other people are going to be getting rings, and this is where momentum is going to go off. Do you hear me? People are going to have such paradigm shifts coming to this event in Atlanta. And if you are in Atlanta, you need to be there. Contact me, and I will ensure that you get to this event. And trust me, you're going to thank me for being a part of it. I'm going to be real honest with you, right? I'm just going to be really honest. You want to be there. March 27, 28 is going to be a movie. It's a movement and a movie. I'm just saying. You need to be a part of it. Don't just watch. This is not the time for spectators. This is the time for those that are about it. This is the time for those to let their talk match their walk, okay? This is the time. So listen, if you're watching me live on Facebook, get in my inbox. Allow me to help you get started. If you are watching from YouTube, email sharitaleon@gmail.com. Allow me to help you get started with this movement. Listen, I told you we have the slight edge. And you want to be a part of that. And I'm willing and ready to help you do so. So I thank you so much for watching this video. Until next time, only believe until the end and go get your life. Be blessed, everybody.
I'm a millionaire, money better cases. I ain't gotta chase it. I'm a millionaire.
Get your money.